Hey everyone! Finally, the new Resident Evil, officially titled Resident Evil Requiem, just got unveiled at Summer Game Fest. Huge thanks to Jeff Keighley for dropping a trailer that sent shockwaves through the entire fanbase. Seriously, no one, and I mean no one, saw this coming. The game's events are taking us back to Raccoon City. It has a direct connection to Resident Evil Outbreak, a game many probably didn't even know existed. And it seems there might even be a narrative link to Resident Evil 7. Let's dive straight into the main event, shall we? I'm talking about the trailer analysis and all the juicy info and clues it gives us. Plus, I've got a ton of personal theories about the game. Look, a lot of what I'm about to say might turn out to be wrong, but honestly, who cares? I'm just like all of you, a fan who's absolutely dying of excitement right now, and I just wanna talk endlessly about this game. So stick with me. Alright, let's quickly talk about the trailer. It introduces us to the new character, Grace, an FBI agent working on a new case. She's investigating a victim, like several others, who died from an unknown illness. Grace is summoned by her boss and asked to personally go investigate a certain location because she has a past experiences that fit the case. Apparently, these were tough experiences, and her mother was even murdered there. With this backstory, we embark on a journey to Raccoon City. Okay, there is so much to talk about, and I honestly don't know where to begin. Our new character, Grace, is the daughter of a previous Resident Evil series character, Alyssa, and it seems Alyssa was killed in Raccoon City 8 years before the game's events. Who was Alyssa? She was a journalist who was suspicious of Umbrella from the beginning and wanted to expose their true face to public. This character's name even popped up in Resident Evil Outbreak 2, and surprise, there was even an article in Resident Evil 7 written by her. This means she was alive at least until near the time of RE7's events. The timelines are definitely getting tangled here. This character was murdered in 2017, and the new game's story takes place 8 years later, in the present day. The question is, why Raccoon City? What was she doing there to get murdered? Well, she was always looking for information about Umbrella, and in 2017, the probable times of Alyssa's murder, we had Blue Umbrella. Think about that for a second. Everything can easily connect. And this is exactly where I personally think this game's story has some connection to Resident Evil 7 and the groups that existed in it. One of the criticisms I had of Resident Evil Village was that it barely touched on Blue Umbrella and the connections. At least not as much as we expected. I really hope this game makes up for that. Moving on, let's talk a bit about the game itself and what it be like. We are dealing with a new character that the trailer itself strongly emphasizes as being clumsy. Basically, a perfect fit for a horror game, just like what we saw in Resident Evil 7. But the story doesn't end there. When I found out we are going back to Raccoon City and its police department, my immediate thought was, Leon S. Kennedy was to be in this game. No ifs, ands, or buts. Seriously, they send a clumsy girl with trauma to Raccoon City because she has past experiences there. But not Leon? Come on. Of course, since the story returns to Raccoon City, many old characters have a chance to appear. But in my opinion, Leon's presence is more obvious than we even need to discuss. In the trailer, we hear a dialogue from an unknown person,
investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
which has led to many speculation about who it could be. But to me, everything is clear. Another thing the trailer heavily emphasizes is the Raccoon City Police Department. We even see a flashback of it. Maybe part of the game will take place in flashbacks, which isn't far-fetched at all given the story. Another point that absolutely blows my mind is that the developers themselves announced the game will include psychological horror. Our character has traumas, and images from the past haunt her. It's completely clear this character is going to grapple with her own traumas in a part of the game. One more thing we should be incredibly excited about is the Spencer mansion. There is no way we're going back to Raccoon City and just casually passing by the Spencer mansion. In the trailer, we see enough locations that resemble this place. In one part of the trailer, we see Grace in trouble, tied up somewhere. And later, we see hallways and locations that will probably enter after she's freed. This place strongly resembles the Spencer Mansion. Wow, how am I supposed to wait until the game is released? We see a few unidentified faces in the game. Let's talk a bit about them. First, this person we see as a flashback and part of Grace's memories, but some are saying it's Alisa herself, Grace's mother. Honestly, I haven't played Outbreak, so I have no idea. But apparently, for some, there are enough reasons to consider this opinion. The other character is this person, who is most likely none other than Ada Wong. Come on, how can Leon be present and not Ada? It's not confirmed yet, but even her outfit looks very similar to concept we've seen of this character before. And this thing, who seems to be the main badman of this story. Honestly, I've thought a lot about it, but I personally have no idea who it is. Some fans are saying this person is Spencer himself. He managed to achieve his dream of immortality and is now present in another form. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I don't blame the fans. We're all excited. Of course, the place where he's sitting could very well resemble the Spencer Mansion, and his posture on the chair is also reminiscent of that character. In my opinion, this is a new villain who's intentionally designed to look like Spencer. Another point worth mentioning is that in some part of the trailer, some locations give off a first-person vibe. Is it possible that part of the game will reminiscent of Resident Evil 7? Personally, I hope so. This is generally what can be understood from the trailer, or at least my best effort. But honestly, you can make so many different theories, and frankly, part of the joy of Resident Evil is precisely these theories and discussions. I'd be super happy if you shared any thoughts or theories you have in the comments so we can discuss them together. I'm incredibly excited for this game myself. The potential is beyond description. A return to Raccoon City, a strong connection to other entries in the series, the probable return of beloved characters, a focus on horror and even psychological horror, and the Spencer Mansion. Overall, this game gives us so many reasons to count down the days until we experience it. Fortunately, Capcom isn't one of those studios whose games take several years from reveal and release, and we can experience the game in less than 9 months from now. That's my video for you. If you watched this far, liking it will make me incredibly happy. And again, please comment your theories about the game so we can discuss them. See you next time.